morning. As promised, today I'm gonna give you a little bit of a Patreon spiel that I haven't done in almost 3 years. I was looking at my last one, and a lot has changed. I didn't even have furniture the last time I did this. So I think it's a little bit overdue. But we don't have to do it all in here like I did last time. We've got some nicer backdrops that we can put to use. So yeah, let's start with, what is Patreon exactly? Patreon. Patreon, did my voice just crack? Patreon's like Netflix or Spotify Premium. It's a way of paying for content that you love, but instead of paying to a large network or conglomerate, as it were, your subscription fees go directly to an artist that you love, whose content you enjoy. Oh, like maybe the piano guy on the bridge behind me. You never know. I personally support 10 different creators on Patreon right now, a combination of comedians, writers, and musicians whose music I use often in my vlog. And the way that I look at it is voting with my dollars. Like, if I want to see more of this content in the world, I should support it, and I can be a part of it. The music is a really good example. If I want to keep using high quality, good, fun beats in my vlogs, well, I want to make sure that those musicians keep making music. If they don't have any support, if they're not making money off of it, there's no guarantee that they're going to keep going. Maybe they'll have to get a job and do something else. Maybe they'll lose their passion. And if nothing else, I want them to know how much I appreciate the music that they're making, and it gives me a direct road to do that. For example, if you really like some of that French music that I get to play every once in a while, like the custom-made stuff by Diala, I actually commissioned her to make that. And the only reason I can afford to do that is because you're here. So I can also not only just be a patron of hers, but I've been able to get some custom-made, specific, like Frenchy, fun, exploratory music for you, for us, for these videos. It's super cool. Like, being able to pay an artist to make music like that, it's super cool. I'm like, wow, that's really neat. And as somebody who's been on the receiving end of that, it's an incredibly moving thing to have people validate your work that directly and that tangibly, in a way that they would step out and put that money on the line to say, hey, I see you, I like what you make, please keep making it. I think that's pretty cool. So that leads quite naturally into Patreon and me. What's going on here? Why am I making this video? It's no exaggeration to say that Patreon has completely changed my life. As a creator and as somebody who started making my vlogs back when I had to hold down like 3 different jobs, being able to focus more and more on my work over time and to take what I was making from Patreon and reinvest it into my work, into my vlogs, into the way that I travel, into the quality of the production, better camera, better sound equipment so I can work on making my videos sound better, all of it has made a huge impact. And like I said, completely changed everything. But it changed my life in the sense that too, when you no longer have to worry about where your next paycheck is coming from and put the thing that you're passionate about, the creative side, the vlogs, the videos, whatever, second to that, it's amazing what can come from it. And looking back on how much the quality has improved, how I've been able to spend more time honing the craft, it's just thank you for being a part of that. Because without my patrons, it simply just wouldn't have been possible. Patreon enables me not only to do what I do, but to do it better and better and better. It's really cool. The thing is that I'm a one-man team. I don't have editors or a video team or anyone else. I mean, I come up with the ideas, I shoot them, I edit them, I upload them, and then I hang out with you in a Premiere all on my own. But that said, you do enable me to hire on some help from time to time. Like Kate worked for me for a long time doing mailing and helping me with the newsletter. Jess is helping me now with a number of those things and others. And the really cool thing is, by supporting an artist like moi through Patreon, it also enables me, like I said, not only to reinvest in the vlog itself, but in some other really cool projects that are coming down the line that, if you're coming to Paris, hold on, we'll wait for the cops to go by. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but they're just going by in their little speedboat. If you're coming to Paris anytime soon, it's gonna make your trip even better. Like, if you liked my guide, if you enjoy my Mapster, I can talk about the kind of things that you get if you become a patron of mine here in a second, but if anything that I've done in the past has enhanced your time in Paris, your planning, your trip, any of those kinds of things, my patrons are enabling me to spend even more time investing in other cool things that have yet to come. But they also enabled me to do those things to begin with. Right? I feel like I hope everybody wins. It's a good philosophy to live your life by. I want everybody to win. It says you might see, like, becoming a patron actually has a really direct and dynamic impact on not only my life, but anybody who uses my stuff to improve their times as well. Which of course is the question though, what do you get specifically for being a patron? Because there are perks. A Patreon has kind of shifted over time. So if you want to become a patron, I think ultimately it's like we were talking about. It's because you want to be a part of what I'm doing and help me keep making what I'm making. And that's deeply appreciated. And to show my appreciation, a bunch of random stuff that I like to throw your way as well, because I really appreciate it. It means so much to me. It's genuinely a moving experience every time someone becomes a patron of mine. And like I said, it has completely changed my life and made it possible for me to just continue to double down on making the stuff that I make that hopefully keeps you at least mostly entertained. One of the perks that I've added recently, speaking of perks, has been to have patron producers, where I literally randomize all my active patrons for a given month. So shuffle them, randomize them, and then pick out, a couple dozen patron producers for the month, and then shout them out as my patron producer for any given particular video. Like today is Linda Droge. Thanks, Linda, for being here. And of course, to all my patrons for being here. And that's a fun one. I really like doing that a lot. It's great. And I love going through and just seeing the names of the people that do actively support me. It's pretty cool. But the other ways that we do it are like, there are polls so you can vote on where I go, what I do, what I eat. I've been doing fewer of those over the last year because of the pandemic and so forth. So things have changed a little bit. Digital wallpapers. I love to send digital wallpapers out to freshen up your phones. I use them myself. I usually go for the ones that I'm actually using myself. So like this one today is Notre Dame, which I just sent out not that long ago. And then on my home screen, I've got Bir Hakeem right now. I might change that up because there's another one that I liked even more that I sent out. But yeah. Those are fun. Physically, I do send out a 6-month loyalty sticker that looks a little bit like your buddy Gustav, and then a 1-year one, and then at 2 years, something random. Usually it just kind of depends on what's floating around and what we think is fun at the moment, and so just thank yous that come your way. And then occasionally just send random postcards and things to random patrons just to say thank you as well. Not to mention, there's a postcard club and a print club, so if you like my photography and you would like to get a postcard from Paris or a print of one of the photos, the prints have changed in size over time. We've tried different formats and so forth and just kind of play with it, but the idea is just kind of have fun and express that sense of generosity back to my patrons to say thank you, because yeah, man, it just means the world. I don't know, it makes me feel, it just makes me feel so incredibly lucky, fortunate, and man, I thank you. 2 more time-sensitive perks. 1 time-sensitive in the shortness, 1 in the longness. The shortness would be that if you're watching this now, by the end of April, we're going to do a little bit, again, of a randomization and a giveaway of some French license plates that have my name on them. So you can have a little bit of France and me all at once through Patreon that way. That's really exciting. I love mine personally, and I'd love to send you a couple of those as well. So we're doing that. Probably send them out in May because I'll be gone at the end of the month, but we'll get it figured out. And the other one, when I say longness, is that I can't tell you exactly what it is yet, but this secret project number 2 that I'm super excited about and cannot wait, there are gonna be special perks for patrons involved. One in particular, I can't talk about it yet, but it's gonna be kind of cool, and you're only gonna be able to get it if you're an active patron. And just as a way of saying thank you for being an active patron, for being here, for supporting my work. It's really important. But I also want to say, I don't want to, anybody that's ever been a patron of mine, ever, thank you. It means a lot. And if you need any proof of that, I put all their names at publication in the back of my book about how I got to Paris, because there's such a life-changing element to the whole experience. If you've ever been a patron of mine up to the point that I published my book last year, you should find your name at the back of that book as a thank you, because, I mean, again, thank you. I can never say thank you enough. So I won't stop. I'll probably never stop saying thank you. I should probably stop, I'm kind of squatting in the middle of the street, and there may be a car bearing down on me from behind, so we should probably move. And so honestly, if you've ever thought about becoming a patron of mine, well, there's no better time than now. It makes a huge difference in so many ways. And there's a new annual patronage membership that I've kind of been trying to promote a little bit here. So we're giving away some of those license plates specifically to annual patrons, and you get a 10% discount as well if you do it that way. And so if you are a patron of mine, I hope that you feel as appreciated as I appreciate you. I'm so grateful to have you here, and that you feel maybe some sense of pride over the fact that you've had a hand in the creation of my guide, the cultivation of my Mapster. Oh yeah, you get access to my Mapster, which is a live map of all of my recommendations in Paris at I think the $10 level and up. If you're a patron of mine, you've been a part of this crazy time of my life where so much has changed, and I've been able to refine my work to improve it dramatically, and also to add hopefully a lot of value both to the city of Paris, but also to YouTube as a platform, I hope. And if you feel that way about my work, then I hope that you feel a sense of pride in being a part of that, because you really are a very active, really big part of that being possible. For those of you that aren't patrons, this is the time where I get to stop and ask. I'll take off my sunglasses for this part too, because I don't really need them right here so much, to stop and ask if you would become a patron, because it makes a big difference. And even though now I'm in a place where I don't have to worry, this is huge. I've never been in a spot until the last couple of years where I didn't have to worry about where my next paycheck was coming from, and I've been able to just focus solely on my work and improving it. But that relief from stress is huge, and thank you so much for that. And I hope you know that the money that I'm receiving, I'm largely reinvesting into what I'm doing here, but again, things that are coming down the line that I'm so excited about and cannot wait to share with you. And if it wasn't for you, again, I can't tell you how exactly yet. I don't think I'm allowed to tell you, but if it wasn't for you, specifically being on Patreon, one of the major avenues for me to move forward would not have been available at all. It wouldn't have been available to me. And so you made that possible. So thank you. And the more of you that we get in there, the better the party's gonna be, the more the benefits are gonna be for you, and the more that I can offer in the future, both through video content, but also through these other things that I will eventually stop teasing and will eventually share in full. So anywho, I also want to end by saying, if you can't support me on Patreon for whatever reason, or you don't want to for whatever reason, that's totally fine. Like my content is always going to be here for free on YouTube. I always love making these videos. I've got like 1,400 of them behind me, so I hope you know that there'll be maybe another 1,400 ahead that you'll get to enjoy either way. And it's neither here nor there. You don't have to be a patron to have my undying appreciation for just watching and enjoying my content. But today's video was very much geared towards just explaining what Patreon is, why it's important, how it makes a difference, and why I would really hope that you would consider becoming a patron. And ask, have I asked directly? Like, click on the link below right now. Go check it out, see what the perks are, see what's going on, hang out. Oh, there's Discord as well. If you're on my Discord server, or if you didn't know I had a Discord server, there's a special patrons only section that you can be a part of if you want to be. So there's all kinds of random little perks that just get thrown around. I can't even keep track of them all. But ultimately, above all, thank you to my patrons, and thanks for being here, and thanks to you for watching. I hope you're having a wonderful day wherever it is you are. I'm gonna take the next few days off. It's the end of my three-ish. I think I've been going for maybe 4 weeks, but 3 or 4 week vlogging extravaganza, and gonna take a little bit of time to focus on those other things before I head to the States. I'll definitely share some of that experience with you, what it's like to travel internationally right now during the pandemic. And I can't wait to share so much more with you as we go from here. So thank you again. And yeah, hope you're having a great day. Talk to you soon. Adios. I think I actually wanted to go this way.